Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Jayzon, and today we've got a Division A East match for you guys. We've got Team Happy Cloud versus Sky5, and it looks like we've got all 10 members in lobby here for our first matchup of the night, which will be on Battlefield of Eternity for this first game of this best of 3 series. Just let the teams know that I am ready to go. Do the customary checking to make sure I got the teams on the correct side. Let's see, Furl and Sky5 are on the right, and they are on the right in the lobby, so we are good to go. And in we go for the first draft here. Battlefield of Eternity. Gonna be our first map choice of Team Happy Cloud. First pick, first ban going over to Sky5. We'll have to see what they want to start denying, if they want to go towards the more race-based heroes or more the more standard ban outs here. Not super familiar with the Div A meta, but I will say this much. We've seen a little bit of a disparity between these two teams so far in the season in terms of success thus far. But first, allow me to say a big thank you to Padarel and Ewok Thor for those follows. Had one earlier, it looks like. But yeah, so far this season, Sky5 6-2 on the season. Team Happy Cloud 4-4. So, you know, this early in the season, not really indicative of one team necessarily having a huge advantage over the other. But Sky5 at least higher in the standings, coming on in. First bans out are going to be Rhaegar and Anna, so focusing the healers. We'll see the more standard Zol ban here to close out the first set of bans for Sky5. I've seen Zol just kind of be a terror in the meta recently. He got a little bit of a nerf, but it's not enough to really bring him out of that auto ban scenario just yet. Cheers, indeed, Ewok. Thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Raynor going to be the ban out for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Li Ming going to be the first pickup. So, of course, Li Ming, a good team fighting hero in general, but she's also got a pretty good missile build. We can have pretty good clear on this map. And next up, we're going to see Greymane, a pretty standard choice here for the burn, but Deathwing going to be the pickup. So we've seen him kind of falling out of the meta a little bit after some pretty big nerfs a few patches back. Seen him kind of sporadically coming in and out. I don't see him banned as often these days. A lot of time he just kind of slips through. Meanwhile, we'll see Malthael, kind of an old classic hero here on Battlefield of Eternity, a good solo laner. Could also provide a good amount of burn. It's also quick on the rotations for Apple Mike in this game. Crafty, meanwhile, going to go with the very standard Johanna tank. Miss Popular and a pretty good blind factor onto that Greymane. Deckard going to be the ban of choice here for Team Happy Cloud. They get the opportunity to pick up the healer next, so we put a little bit of a healer chokehold here on Sky5. Shout out to my old buddy Crafty Devil. Played on some teams together in the past. Not to mention several times playing team adjacent. Meanwhile, Garrosh going to be the ban out, so With Joe on the table already, we'll see that tank chokehold applied by Sky5. Still leaves up a pretty good amount of decent tanks, but Garrosh in particular, his ability to throw people into those immortal stuns can be very difficult to deal with. I imagine, actually, it doesn't really have to be tank and healer here. Solo lane is kind of already determined there with Malthael, so not really a huge advantage to hiding anything. Plus, Deathwing's probably the solo lane anyway. Doesn't really have to be, though. Mal'Ganis and Malfurion picked up here as tank and healer. A lot of CC provided there. Roots and sleeps to set up that Greymane. We'll see Karazim and Anduin, so double support coming out here for Sky5. Karazim, of course, well known as a pretty good racer in his own right. Second only really to Rhaegar in terms of the supports. His mobility also pretty nice, and that 7-sided strike can be pretty strong against Deathwing's massive hero pool. As much of that percentage damage as possible to pair with the Malthaels, it's already there. Meanwhile, that backline mage damage is going to come in the form of Orphea here for Bret Michaels. And there it is. Bit of a standard comp here for Team Happy Cloud. Double support for Sky5. We'll see which one can manage to pick up the win to start this thing on Battlefield of Eternity. Have to give the race edge a bit over to Team Happy Cloud. We're going to have to see Sky5 getting a little bit aggressive, I think, with the team fighting. But either way, let's get on into Battlefield of Eternity. On the left, we have Team Happy Cloud. We're going to have Galaxy Quest playing the Deathwing. OJ Juice playing the Greymane. We've got R275 Delta on the Malfurion, Bret Michaels on Orphea, and Sweet Buns on the Mal'Ganis. Meanwhile, for the side of Sky5, we've got Furl on the Li Ming, Albany Defaults on Anduin, Crafty Devil on Johanna, Apple Mike on the Malthael, and we've got Frank Juice, the Jukes, on the Karazim.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
Alright. So in we go. One of my favorite maps in the rotation currently. Pretty easy and straightforward map to play on. Let's get the overlay swapped over for y'all. There we go.
Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Both teams gonna kind of respect that standard 4-1 rotation here on this map. Not really rotation, but positioning. Up top, we're gonna have Orphea be the solo lane of choice to start off for Team Happy Cloud. Go up against that Malthael. Down bot, see the sprays, the initial poking. Not much else going on to start though. Crafty kind of waiting for his opportunity. Will go in with the initial condemn, hitting a couple of members. Deathwing striking back with a little bit of threat of damage. Really, it's only Greymane taking any kind of poke to start here. But, both teams stay nice and healthy in the early game. Take a quick look up top. Both the solo laners playing pretty passive at the moment. Now down bot, another big condemn on the backside. Sweet Buns coming out a little bit. Gonna hit the 3-man sleep. Nice combo from Furl to follow that up. Bit of poke damage coming in, but plenty of heals coming in from that Malfurion as well. Crafty getting a little low. Gonna have to pop the Iron Skin back on up. But look at the CC chain coming out on Sweet Buns. That last second Moonfire going to be just enough to keep him alive. And for right now, both teams going to avoid being the victim of that first blood. Both teams going to also take a little peek down at this bottom camp with the Deathwing. Looks like Team Happy Cloud is confident enough to get this started and kind of force the issue. Around the corner comes Crafty Devil. He's going to pop that Iron Stinger right on the point. Damage coming out on both sides. Looks like Malthael is rotating down as well. Might have enough, but look out, the resets coming in as the first couple go down, but it's actually the side of Team Happy Cloud that gets the better of that. Malthael not getting here quite in time to really affect things, so he'll go on back up the top. That's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange for Team Happy Cloud to get things started. Not to mention the siege camp. Gonna get started on the bush.
I am on my way, mortal.
First set of immortals will be spawning. See both teams rotating out to grab their bruiser camps. Let's get started here. Pretty standard builds across the board from what I can see. I'm not super familiar with the current builds on a few of these heroes, but definitely seen a lot of that orb reset talent for Li Ming at level 4. A lot of people favoring that in the current meta over the old standard, which was the domination, healing talent there at level 4. Karazine going with the pretty standard that Iron Fist build to get started. Let's see a nice sleep into the stun. See if any other members of Team Happy Cloud can capitalize off of that. Not quite. Meanwhile, a bit of a dive here onto Delta on the backside. Crafty in a lot of trouble as well. Get some heals from Anduin, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be another big kill. Team Happy Cloud grouping pretty nicely. Meanwhile, down here, Fleetbun's trying to just make it really difficult for the members of Sky5 to get any of that immortal damage in. They will be able to poke it down, though, and take the early lead by a few thousand health. And now it looks like it's Team Happy Cloud that's going to have to get a little bit aggressive on the defense here. But it is the full, well, it's 4-man. Greymane actually still back to deal some damage on the backside. Nice orb in from Furl. The goal for Furl there is not only to hit the immortal, but also get the heroes. There it is, Orphea gonna go down. Now the reset's coming in. And they'll be able to turn their sights onto the immortal. It's gonna be close on the race though. But indeed, Sky5 will pull it off. Oh, meanwhile, Apple Mike in deep there. It's gonna be a 1-for-1 exchange on the back end of that as well. And just like that, Sky5 turning things around a bit here. Not so much in the kill count, but they do manage to get the immortal. They'll push up top, while the immortal will get a little bit of push here on bot, but should be pretty easy to clear out for these two. Brett Michaels got his work cut out for him here, trying to fend this counter push. Big stun and sleep follow-up coming in, and Li Ming actually finds the kill. Or no, gets killed, I should say. Anduin falling soon after there. Nice setup there by Sweet Buns. Very, very well executed combo. Follow-up was good. Meanwhile, down bot. Oh. Greymane trying to get in there just a little late. Apple Michael sneaked that in. Furl will come down to try and get a little bit of help here. The Apple Mike. Now up top, the push continues. Camp now making it to the wall, but big response and big damage coming out on the Brett Michaels. But a nice root by Delta. Zone him back a little bit. Furl will come in, and that is indeed the level 7 talent on Furl to upgrade the missile damage. That is the standard. Oof. There it is, that full combo, and again, now the resets are in as well.
I will reach your position shortly.
Seeker build. Oh, meanwhile, down bottom, Malfurion, or no, Malthael, sorry. Malthael going down. And this constant two-man push continuing to be effective for the side of Team Happy Cloud. Kind of flipping the script here on that normal 4-1 rotation.
You and all your servants in hell will cower before me.
Will allow Team Happy Cloud to get in here and get on to the Immortal just a bit quicker. And in more force as the level 10s come out. But in comes Sky5. They're looking to try and force them back. You see big damage coming out on the Mal'Ganis. He's going to be the first to fall. This Galaxy trying to get some damage in, but it's going to kind of see this turn and have to back up as a second member from Team Happy Cloud falls. They're going in deep trying to get the damage, but Apple Mike is all the way under the tower trying to suicide for that kill and can't quite find it. It does zone back Team Happy Cloud enough that halftime will be achieved for Sky5, but their lead is not huge here. This is now going to be a 4v5 as the collapse begins. Sweet Bun's looking for the sleep, but nice juke by Pearl there. We'll see that Seeker damage coming in continually there. Oof, and a big combo on the Delta. Back up a little bit. Apple Mike now getting in. Frank Jukes as well. Down comes Deathwing to try and see if they can get anything off of this. The Immortal gets captured, but Apple Mike going to be caught way out in no man's land. The pull does get him out of Dodge for a second, but it's not going to be enough. And just like that, Team Happy Cloud, with a 3-0 exchange, they lose the Immortal. They end up getting themselves a big team fight win. Going to really stifle what Sky5 can actually get off of this Immortal. It's Greymane, good at burning the Immortal, even if it's just for sake of clearing it. OJG's going to try and zone Furl back, but not going to have a whole look on that. Disintegrate coming out to try and secure that fort. And that will be the first fort of the game going over to Sky5.
The demon's attack has failed, yet we have not seen the end of him.
You know what? I am realizing that I still have the crosshairs up for you guys. Let me just fix that real quick. We'll, turn those off so you guys don't have to deal with the crosshairs. Where are the crosshairs? Mouse and keyboard. There we go. Much better. Team Happy Cloud gonna go ahead and come over and invade the Bruisers. I got the 13 talent tier advantage, so giving them that extra little security. I feel they need to make that aggressive play. Meanwhile, Sky5 looking for some kind of retribution here. A bit 5 up top. Deathwing is down bot, but not quite able to find what they were looking for in that engagement.
Be wary. Our eternal battle will soon be upon you.
Still about a half-level lead here for Team Happy Cloud. Nothing too major. Now they look to see if they can get Deathwing. They're going to have to fly on out. And now it's going to give them good positioning to see if they might be able to invade this camp. Crushing Jaw's going to come in, grouping them up, but it's Greymane that falls on the other side first. And health bar is looking real good, but out comes the Fear, splitting up the members of Sky5. And have the pull on out there. And we'll see the members of Team Happy Cloud trying to defend here. Getting good zoning out to start. Sweet Buns trying to see if he can find anything on Crafty with that Iron Skin. Be able to get him out of dodge. But right now the poking will begin. Greymane now coming into the fray here. As Team Happy Cloud's doing a pretty good job of zoning him back. Only a little bit of poke making its way through. Both teams having pretty good sustain in this situation. But, oh, look out, the engagement on the backside. Brett Michaels gets hit by that the last rites. And that is going to be an Orphea falling. While up top, Galaxy Quest going to be zoned away a bit. And that will allow Sky5 to get themselves halftime. Oh, they're going to find Sweet Buns trying to be in the bush. And you don't want to see that against a big burst team like Sky5. And things just went from bad to worse. Delta will make it out. And that is going to give Sky5 a free pass to get this Immortal. And this time, I think they're going to be able to do something with it. A little over half shields for this Immortal. Still about half a level until we see 16 come in for Sky5. But they should have it first. And could have it during this push.
The demon moves for the gates of heaven.
I'm gonna get started on the fort here. They've got pretty good siege damage.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Definitely one of the bonuses you get from that burn build from the Li Ming. You get started on the wall. Apple Mike taking a little bit of poke. He's gonna have to back up just a bit here. Shields are now down on the Immortal. Steps forward, the wall is down. Wave is clear. Get started on the keep. Level 16 now in for Sky5. They charge in, a little bit of damage on Sweet Buns. They dive in and blow up the Orphea. Just instantly popped. We'll see the big fear coming out off the back end of that heroic from Anduin. Blocking all the damage and allowing them to get that keep. First keep of the game for Sky5. Now a huge structure advantage. They have about half a level, but right now the main way they are controlling this game is through the structures. Big rotation coming down to the bot. Look out. Mal'Ganis. Sweet Buns caught out in the middle of nowhere here. Will be able to use the sleep to scoot on out though. No problem. Level 16 now also in for Team Happy Cloud. They've got a decent window here before level 20. Try and see if they can find something to knock Sky5 off balance here. Go ahead and take that camp nice and early here. If nothing else, just to deny it from Sky5. But now the push is on. They'll be pressuring bot with this siege camp. Get the wall down fairly easily, but in comes Deathwing. Looks like he is looking to get to the back line and try and see if he can fear to split up the team. But they are able to reposition out of that. But Last Rites goes down, but it's blocked there. Nice stasis by Sweet Buns. Meanwhile, they find Kerazim on the top end of this team fight. 2-for-0 exchange, but oh, the Mal'Ganis gets popped by Furl. Along with a little bit of that extra turret damage. So a 2-for-1. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Team Happy Cloud. Well, maybe not exactly, but they'll take it. It started poking at this Immortal. Crafty and company going to grab themselves the camp as they wait for their members to come up. Worth noting that Sky5 will be back just a little bit quicker, and back at the core, got a little bit of a build-up on the top lane. It looks like we are going to see Team Happy Cloud fall back to clear that, and that's going to give Furl a chance to start spiking this Immortal down. No problem there. We get the poke. Now they also have the Shaman camp coming in. So quite a lot of pressure back here. And we're going to see Orphea come back to try to handle it. Meanwhile, we do see the fly down. But look out, this is the 4v5 that they want to look for Sky5. They find it. You get a lot of damage on the backside. Sweet Funds gets low. He will be able to drop into that stasis to dodge some of the damage. And right now they are on the retreat, but Apple Mike going in deep doesn't want to give them that retreat. That's going to be enough to push them back, though. Sky5 going to be able to turn on the Immortal up top. Crafty trying to zone them away here as they finish. They try to finish the last Vestiges, but still has a little bit of health left. Oh, big Q coming in, though. Meanwhile, Greymane's starting to wear this down on the bottom side. Up top, they find a good angle to get some poke damage in, and Disintegrate will be enough to finish it off, but now Furion also being dove upon. He gets taken down, instantly interrupted. Is that Holy Word Salvation? Oh, meanwhile, look out, Orphea. Orphea getting caught. And with that 2-for-0 exchange, looks like that might be the beginning of the end of this one, ladies and gentlemen.
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
Damage coming down onto Sweet Buns, but he is able to charge his way on out of the last bit of that combo to stay alive here. 30 seconds still on Orphea as the keep falls. The Immortal making a beeline for the core. Definitely going to come down. If they can mount some kind of defense here. The shields are gone. The Immortal is chunking the core here. Fast Rights comes down, but it's not quite enough to take out Mal'Ganis. But still a little too late. The core will fall. And game number 1 goes over to Sky5. Very nicely done. Go over to our match summary screen. You guys will look at these talents and the final stats for the game. Sky5 not only executing well in the team fights, good coordinated play overall, but also, you know, good map presence. They had a pretty decent map, camp taking strategy throughout the game. A little bit quicker on those rotations to get those camps and secure them. And they had good wave clear in general, especially for a double support comp. You don't see that quality in a double support comp too often, but here on Battlefield, so essential for that PvE damage to be there. And it was there in spades for Sky5. Well done for game number 1. We will go ahead and give you guys one last look at those talents. And we will be taking a quick break as we set up for game number 2 in the series. We'll be back in a bit. Alrighty, we are back here for game number 2. Sky5 going to be lining up on the left this time around. Team Happy Cloud on the right, looking to bring this back to a game number 3. Look at first pick, first ban. Sky5 electing to take the Towers of Doom pick here for game number 2. Team Happy Cloud electing for first pick, first ban. They're going to take Ana out with the first ban. We've seen an early priority on healers in both of these matchups so far tonight. Both of these games, I should say. The Rhaegar ban going to be taken out once again by Sky5. Saw last match, we saw the Zol ban. Let's see if Team Happy Cloud wants to take that away or maybe try to leave it up with their first pick, potentially. Zol so much stronger on this map than most of the others with his double soak ability. Same with Malthael, who we saw played last game as it is. So either way, Sky5's got a little bit of a interesting decision here about what they want to ban. A double soak, such a strong strategy here on towers. And they will take out the Zol. See if Team Happy Cloud wants to maybe try to pick and steal away the Malthael. Could also try to get that Johanna pulled away from Crafty Devil.
New follower detected.
Anytime you're ready.
Fitzy, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But Raynor going to be the first pickup. We saw Raynor banned out last game, so OJ Juice wanted to make sure to pick that up before it gets taken away this time around. You see Furrow going back to that Li Ming, and again Malthael for Apple Mike. So more of the same from Sky5, and really, you know, why would you make changes? It's pretty solid first game for them on Battlefield of Eternity. So you expect adjustments from Team Happy Cloud, but Sky5, especially that Malthael double soak works well. And oh, there, yeah, that would qualify as some adjustments, I would say. Samuro Abathur coming out here. And then a very standard comp for Team Happy Cloud in game number 1. Not so much here in game number 2. Now, of course, Abathur is a pretty regular pick here on Towers of Doom. This is maybe not his most popular map, but definitely one of the ones we see him played fairly often. Samuro, just kind of one of those pocket picks that you see come out on occasion. We'll see the Johanna and the Garrosh banned out, so Team Happy Cloud did indeed not want to see Crafty with a repeat performance on that Johanna.
So it begins.
We'll see the Deckard coming out this time around, and Mal'Ganis, which is what Team Happy Cloud played last time around. Steal away the Mal'Ganis.
Need a light.
Meanwhile, what to pair with the Samuro and Abathur? It'll be Blaze for the tank and the healer. What will Delta play here? Or is this solo support?
Oh, this
Nope,
is my
not solo
jam.
support Abba. We'll see Lucio coming out here. I haven't seen solo support Abathur in quite a long time, so I wasn't really expecting to see that. That's really viable anymore. Frank Juke's gonna be the final pick here. What do they want to complete that 4-man? Greymane's been banned out, so that's not going to be it.
Yeetar,
And
guide
they
my
are going to
path.
go back to the double support. Again, worked well for them in game 1. So why not? They're going to go back to that kerosene. It does kind of make sense, you know, against the Rainer. Good constant damage, but is not really suited for bursting through a double support comp like this. Same with Samuro, you know, not really burst oriented. So I really like this comp strategy from Sky5. It worked well in game 1. I like it even more here. That's what they're facing in game 2. But let's get on into game number 2. Towers of Doom. Sky5 on the left, up 1-0 here. Is Apple Mike going to be playing the Malthael? Pearl on the Li Ming. Frank Jukes on the Kerosene. Alan by default on the Deckard. And Crafty Devil on the Mal'Ganis. Meanwhile, on the right, Team Happy Cloud, we have Brett Michaels going to be playing the Blaze. OJ Juice on the Rainer. Galaxy Quest going to be on the Abathur. Delta going to be playing the Lucio. And last but not least, we got Sweet Buns on the Samuro.
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Towers of Doom, really one of the last bastions of old-style Heroes of the Storm, if you can call it that.
What are you waiting for?
One of the least affected, in some ways least affected maps from the recent rules changes. No additional effect on the core because you can't attack the core. However, is still pretty affected by the concept of these tower damage changes. It can be quite hard to retake a bell tower on here once you've secured the enemy tower, or to take back your own. Meanwhile, I like this rotation. See the members of Team Happy Cloud kind of hanging around in the mid, cutting off these rotations. Galaxy Quest able to kind of soak all over the map, so you can just try and be disruptive on the rotation game of Sky5. Camps are up now. Let's see if either of these teams want to make a beeline for it, and Team Happy Cloud will do just that. You can see already the Abathur mines coming into play here. Abathur being able to slow the rotations is definitely one of the reasons we see him consistently used here. Sleep's going to come out onto the Blaze, Root to follow it up. But it is Delta that gets targeted first. Brett Michaels with just fine. Both teams capturing their respective camps to get started here nice and early. Charged in by Brett Michaels. Gonna get stunned out of it. Pearl trying to find the damage. Gets a big combo onto Delta. Lucio gonna have to skate away. There's that level 4 pick, so those orbs going to be coming in even more often. Meanwhile, up top, Sweet Buns pressuring into Apple Mike. We get a little bit of wall damage there. Both teams overall pretty passive so far. They'll each make it to level 5 without any deaths occurring on either side. As the first set of altars come out, the first and fifth sets being the triple altar phases. The rest being somewhat randomized between 1 or 2. And we'll see down bot, this 4v3. It's kind of just what you see in an Abathur comp. Up top though, Samuro is pressuring Malthael back and should have So we'll likely have that hat to help out up there. Successfully pushing him back. Abathur could even maybe try to back tap on their own side with this 4v3 raging on down here. Crafty actually getting poked down, getting a little bit low. The sustain is good right now for Team Happy Cloud. Furl gonna try and get the cap, but Delta charges in and gets the interrupt. Big orb coming in onto OJ Juice though. Second one a little bit wide though as the sleep comes out.
The altar is ours.
Now we will see the top altars traded ultimately. The bottom still under contest. Malthael gonna come down. Now we're gonna see a 5v4 as Samuro joins the bottom crew as well. You could call it a 5v4 and a half though, and you got that Abathur hat available. And meanwhile, Abathur free to soak up in the top lane, but OJ Juice gets dived upon, and that's gonna be the first kill of the game, first blood for the side of Sky5. But Samuro still pestering down here. Crafty will charge in, get another sleep with the root follow-up. As Apple Mike will get the cap completed just before Brett Michaels comes in with the fire. But, still, good damage from Galaxy Quest up top.
Know my power.
Not much of an XP advantage though. In fact, quite the opposite. Sky5 with about half a level lead, which that one kill will explain a little bit of that, but certainly not all of it. Gonna see Calamity this time around for Furl. A little more standard for a little more standard of a map. Both teams again exchanging the Sapper captures. Frank Juice getting poked down there pretty well by OJ Juice. Gonna have to pick up some potions. Crafty charges in but doesn't find it. Brett Michaels though, gonna be able to throw his shoulder in there for a big stun. Both teams exchanging big damage, but it's Raynor that goes down first. We worried early game that Team Happy Cloud might not have the burst available to get through this double support. So far that has been the case. 2-0 on the kill counter. Galaxy Quest hanging out real close to that wall. Still safe from the leaving combos. And we'll see the two altars spawning in the top. Delta trying to cap, but actually will abandon that attempt. Meanwhile, on the backside, Malthael able to get the cap. Apple Mike quick on the draw there. Now it's going to be a contest for the right run. Crafty will get in, get that auto attack, interrupt OJ Juice on that cap originally. And now it's level 10s for the side of Sky5. They're going to come in hot and heavy here with these ultimate abilities. You see the early sleep interrupted fairly quickly. Now it's Furl actually being charged. Wait a minute, that's not how that was supposed to go. First kill exchange for Team Happy Cloud. Still no level 10s. There it is, finally. Exactly the moment they've been waiting for here. To pick up those level 10s. But yeah, that's going to spawn the retreat from Sky5. You don't want to take a 4v5 down a couple of heroics and the Li Ming. Go over these level 10 talents for you real quick. We've got Last Rites. Again, we're going to see that Disintegrate coming out from Furl. Along with the 7-sided Strike, Stay a While and Listen. And Mal'Ganis going once again with that Curian Swarm. Meanwhile, for the side of Team Happy Cloud, got Drop Bunker, Hyperion. Samuro is going to be going Illusion Master, along with the Sound Barrier and the Ultimate Evolution. 2-1 right now on the kill counter, as we see Sky5 trying to invade, but will not get there quite in time. steal away that camp, and once again, both teams will just capture their own, but oof, big orb coming in onto Delta. Crafty going for the sleep, but a nice penetrating round there by OJ Juice. Pushing him back, but oh, the sleep gonna cut off Brett Michaels' escape. We'll get into the bunker, but that's only gonna delay the inevitable. The orb almost enough to get Delta. The disintegrate almost enough to get Delta, but ended early there. And for right now, Lucio will live on. Not just in our hearts, but literally on the board right now. Blaze will spawn here right around the same time as the altar.
The altars have risen.
Get a head start running to it, but not going to get a whole lot of time here. Oh, look out, Samuro. Tries to swap away, but it's not going to be fast enough. Nice focus there from the members of Sky5. They're able to work their way through the illusions and find themselves a big kill here. Hyperion is going to come out, that should be in time to interrupt Apple Mike, but that's going to put him in a rough position up top, split away from the rest of the members of Team Happy Cloud. And this time Apple Mike will finish the cap. Now it will be an 8-point lead for Sky5. Both teams pretty much dead even right now in terms of level and structures. A little bit more for Team Happy Cloud, I would say, overall. We'll take a look, though. Yeah, top lane for sure. Mid lane as well. Wall down. Bottom lane, pretty much even. No real damage in the bot lane, which is interesting because that's usually the map, the lane of choice here on Towers of Doom. Both teams really haven't had a huge advantage, though, to be able to push. Neither team has had unanswered sappers. While up top we've got a little bit of a contest here for the camp. Apple Mike gonna come in, but so are the illusions. And now on the chase is Samuro. He might be able to get to Apple Mike here. We'll abandon the effort though as the tower comes into play. Now down bot, Blaze getting caught and taken down under the towers. And again, Sky5 able to really wear their enemies down here. DB Smiley, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome everyone. You joined us just in time for the good bits here. Our big post 10 level fights here on towers.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
And up top, Samuro with the assist from Abathur. Able to get that top bell tower. Now it's 5 points up for grabs for Team Happy Cloud if they can find their way in to get this one. And only 3 if Sky5 tries to extend their lead. Samuro and Malthael both coming down here. Sweet Buns makes it in just a bit quicker. In comes the Hyperion. Burrow making it out with just about no health. But we'll be able to put damage in from way, way deep in the backside. But it's OJ Juice who gets the cap on the back end. And it's like for right now, both teams going to be able to walk away, not giving up any kills. Well, it's a big moment for Team Happy Cloud, though. They needed that to stay in this one. Now just a 3-point lead for Sky5. Both teams heading in towards level 16.
Heroes, I have opened a tunnel near our core.
Tunnel's also opening, but look at the mid lane.
Use it well.
Is getting worn down. Sweet Buns and Abathur. Both. Sweet, I guess you'd say Galaxy Quest. Doing a nice job wearing down the double soaked lanes. Apple Mike has just not been able to keep up on the Malthael. And this is usually what you see Malthael take it for on this map, is his incredible ability to double soak. With Samuro Abathur definitely up for the duties. And now we'll see the rest of Team Happy Cloud kind of free to push in a little bit here on bot without the pressure from the Li Ming. We'll see the Stay a While and Listen coming down though. And Delta gonna have to boost on out of there. He'll be able to wall ride his way to safety, but OJ Juice maybe not gonna be so lucky. The sleep comes in, and that is gonna secure it. Delta kind of running around. I can't believe he's still up. Able to do the dodging.
Do not disappoint me.
Furl will recapture that that point just in time. It's a big exchange still in favor of Sky5. They made themselves a couple of those caps. Now there'll be a 7-point lead for them. That will, however, be the final of the triple altar phases. And the first invaded Sapper camp taken here, but Malthael falling up in the top lane while the push happens down here. Team Happy Cloud, that saving grace kind of coming in the form of that Samuro Abther combo in the rotation game. Gonna also help them catch up a little bit here in terms of XP. And now the invade gonna be attempted for Team Happy Cloud, but big 7-sided strike coming down with the combo. Also a good bunker drop to try to interrupt that damage, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to get out of here. They get the speed from Delta. It will be just enough to get Brett Michaels out. But that will allow Sky5 to return to their camp, capture that. Well, team's pretty much dead even right now on level. Again, that top bell tower taken by Samuro. He continues to be the proverbial thorn in the side of Sky5. Good zoning here from Sky5 as we do have the double altar phase. Oh, but the interrupt's going to come in from the Abther, but it's not going to be quite in time. Cheeky attempt there with the mule. But we will see the engage here over the mid-shrine. Everybody hitting the R buttons. Last rights will secure the kill on Samuro. Gives the resets to Furl. And now they'll see a kill as well. Like that second kill came out. Who was that on? It was on Raynor.
You're losing your touch, Raven
We'll see that altar captured. Lead extended now to 13 in favor of Sky5. We'll see the charge in. As they try to secure this bottom bell tower. They're getting real close. Crafty will be bopped back there. No sleep this time around, but still enough for the bell tower. And having this bottom one is really, really the biggest advantage you can get on this map for a lot of teams. It'll be a nice bit of breathing room as Samuro has been causing a lot of problems in the top and mid lanes, along with that Abther hat. So if Sky5 can maintain this bottom bell tower, it's going to give them a nice advantage. Especially with the next altar phase, there's going to be a single phase in the bottom lane. It'll make it hard for Team Happy Cloud to potentially get into this. But for right now, it looks like they're doing nice damage. They might be able to reconvert this. They will indeed convert it back. No problem. Top bell tower resecured by Sky5.
Under my dominion.
Without Li Ming, no way they can defend that. Level 20 is now coming in for both squads. Looks like we are going to get the 5v5. Samuro going to take a little bit of time to grab himself that camp. That might be a bit of a mistake here. Sound Barrier going to have to come out and keep them alive here for the members of Team Happy Cloud. We'll see the Evo pop onto Rainer, but both getting slept on the backside there, Blaze and the Evo, and it's Lucio that falls first. Seven-sided strike coming out as well. Samuro being chased off on the backside. Burrow getting low, but able to dodge the penetrating round from OJ Juice to stay in this fight. Lucio still down here. This is a 4v3 now without the Evo available. Sweet Bun's going to still try to make something of it, but the bell tower gets, the altar gets captured. Another 4 shots over, leaving Team Happy Cloud now with just 6 points left on the board. 6 points. Well, this match could potentially be over. Wow, Sweet Bun's getting the after hat with Symbiote. Gonna be enough to push him over the edge. Malthael goes down. Maybe losing a little bit of his patience there. Had the easy path back to the fort, but Samuro very nicely executed there. Saw the opportunity and took it. I've seen that a couple of times this game. Samuro definitely having the advantage there. Meanwhile, Abathur just making the rotations impossible here with Sky5. Oh, but Crafty getting engaged upon here. Big damage coming down. We'll see the Hyperion coming on the backside. But 4-man sleep coming in by Albany. Samuro goes down first, that Li Ming combo. Now the reset's coming in. They're going to find the damage on Zelta, and the teleport's going to be enough. Now they've got OJ Juice cut off on the backside. Going to try and see if they can get enough damage into him. Rainer will fall. Blaze will fall. And it will be just Abathur left to tell the tale as the altar spawns in the bot lane. And Brett Michaels losing count. But they might be able to figure out a way. Yeah, the boss and the altar. They, you know, they got it. Either way, Sky5 gonna take the win here on Towers of Doom. Game number 2. And the series. GG's, well played. We'll jump over to our match summary screen for you guys so we can take one final look at these stats and talents. Decently long game. Towers of Doom not prone to ending early. Big plays once again by Furl on that Li Ming. Big damage coming out from those builds. 2 different styles, but still very well played with both of them. I give a lot of credit to Sweet Buns. That Samuro was very cheeky. They just never really had the full 5v5 teamfight capability. I think it was too much sustained damage versus the double support. But advantage going to Sky5 there, having that last pick, able to secure the Charazim, which gave them the sustain that they needed to be able to take that win, I do believe. I'll give you guys one last look at these talents. All right, and that is going to do it for me tonight, guys. Thank you very much for joining me here for another NGS match. Congratulations to Sky5. I'll give you guys your point on the board while we're at it, just to finish things up. I do want to shout out the NGS Patreon as well. We'll give you guys a little bit of this to take a look at. Yeah, check out what they got going on at the Patreon. If you have questions, contact my buddy Mongoose. He always knows what's going on with those. Puts those things together. Consider supporting this awesome amateur league that we all enjoy watching so much. I want to thank you guys for coming out and watching once again. And until next time, we will see you guys later. Have a good night.